I have many tendencies that resemble the life of someone much older than myself. I go to bed early. I also wake up early. My grandfather used to tell me that early bird gets the worm. Personally, I've always found that it's easy enough to catch worms in the evening, but maybe if I was a bird, it wouldn't be so straightforward. Needless to say, I don't wake up early because I desire to be successful. I wake up early because I have a rooster that lives in my room. He wakes me up at the crack of dawn every single morning. I actually don't know why there's a rooster living in my room, or how he came to take a portion of what is rightfully mine without so much as asking permission or offering anything of value in return. I feel like it's just kind of one of those things that happens, and before you know it, it becomes commonplace, and you forget to question it for the anomaly that it is. We get along just fine. I respect his space. He respects mine. We're like two peas in a pod, except for I'm a human and he's a rooster, and we don't live in a pod. We live in a room in a house. I've asked him multiple times to try to keep the noise down in the morning, but he simply refuses. He's quite the stubborn little creature. It's like there's something inside him that's just calling him to make noise in the morning, and he just can't control it. In any event, I don't mind getting up early, so it's all the same to me. Travel often, but when I do, I travel light. By travel light, I don't mean to say that I travel at the speed of light. I mean to say that I don't carry a lot of things in my suitcase. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how to travel at the speed of light. But frankly, that's neither here nor there. The reason that I don't carry a lot of things in my suitcase is because I never want to be weighed down by a backpack that will impede me from exploring properly or getting away when a quick getaway has become necessary. You never know what kinds of shenanigans you'll get embroiled in while traveling. People trying to steal your passport, people trying to sell you tourist trinkets and toys, people trying to say hello in a language you don't understand. It's a wild world out there. You have to be ready for anything. I used to love math. Back in the day, it was my favorite subject. Everything was just so perfect, so black and white. You either got the right answer or you didn't. There was no room for maybe or almost or as long as. It was just a yes or a no. Unfortunately, as I've come to learn the hard way, the world doesn't tend to operate in such a simplistic fashion. Upon quitting math class, you can't fail to notice that you suddenly find yourself in a world of utter chaos. Because of this realization, my study of emphasis has slowly and surely shifted from math to literature. I find that literature equips me with the tools to deal with the nuances and challenges of life much better than the never-ending subject does. Literature always leaves space for the gray and the maybes. It also provides me with the opportunity to cheat time and squeeze an extra life in over the course of an afternoon. It allows me to go on the wildest of adventures and learn from the wildest of adventures, all from the comfort of my living room. seen a dog chase its tail? It's quite the ridiculous sight. Of course, the dog doesn't know that in moving towards the tail, it's moving the tail away from itself. It's the puzzle that can never quite be solved. Personally, I've definitely spent a fair number of years chasing my own tail, metaphorically, of course. I don't actually have a tail. Not yet, at least. It's only in hindsight that you're able to see the absurdity of the predicament that you've placed yourself in by chasing your tail. I'm sure some dogs never figure it out. To them, it'll always be that one critter that was just too quick to catch. I'm sure that some realize what's going on, but enjoy the chase nonetheless. And some actually do catch the tail and succeed at a task that wasn't worth fighting for in the first place. Sometimes I wear my socks inside out for no particular reason. I think it's just if they happen to be inside out when I pull them out of the sock drawer, I don't bother to flip them the other way. My feet don't really care either way. I usually forget I'm wearing socks anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds after putting them on. If it were up to me, I wouldn't wear socks or shoes at all. I would be out and about like a tribesman, working up an inch of calluses that could stop a rusty nail from entering my foot. Alas, this is not the case. I wear socks and shoes like the rest of them, and so my feet never quite grow up and realize their potential. The other day, the lights went out in New York. If I'd been in New York when the lights went out, I would have opened up a flashlight stand and made enough money to retire. Alas, I wasn't in New York when the lights went out. I was at home, watching the news, thinking about how I could have made a fortune had I been in New York when the lights went out. Supposedly, the last time this happened was 42 years ago to the day. Which means it's probably gonna happen again 42 years from now. I guess I'll just have to wait until I'm 42 plus however old I am now. Next time I'll be ready.